you. Stay tuned for details on how to win the next big adventure ride in Peru with Honda. People have been encouraging us to go to Gonzaga Bay all the way since LA. So heading south out of San Felipe, we've a fairly good idea it's going to be something special. But first, a quick stop to take a look at the giant Saguaro Cactus. What could possibly go wrong with a little sightseeing in the desert?
Rocky road to Mike's? Check. Bumpy highway full of potholes? Check. No problem. Deep sand in the middle of the desert? Nah.
In the Baja, we call this parking. I hate sand.
I'll spare you the gory details of how we got it out. But we got it out. And the predators of the Baja looked on, waiting.
Too heavy. Way too heavy. Bikes basically are just sinking it.
Admittedly, the folks from Honda did mention that the bikes weren't very good in sand. Which is worth noting, given our surroundings. But now that we're effectively parked, we may as well take a look at the giant Saguaros. So these cactus have a very, very shallow root system that's spread wide. And that way they can absorb as much water as possible when it rains. And then the columnar structure, that ensures that when the sun's the hottest, at its zenith, the least light is beaming down on the cactus so it doesn't lose moisture to evaporation. It also ensures that this cactus gets the most morning and evening light. So it's actually a pretty amazing bit of evolution. Goldie Honda, is that you? Sand, big bikes, bad mix. So we return to the pavement, briefly. Uh-oh. This would be the end of the road.
A little bit of yellow paint on the road, just about 20 meters before it goes off a cliff. Perfect.
So, we're continuing our way southwards down the Sea of Cortez. And we've just stopped to fill up for gas in Puertecitos. The engine actually is fabulous. On all the rut and dirt and sand, you just shift up into the highest gear you can manage, and it torques along smoothly, relaxed. It just is absolutely unflummoxed by any of it. That's important in sand, where you want to be in the highest gear possible, and you want to shift your weight towards the back of the bike, so that you're basically ass steering. The lack of development through this section of the Baja is really astounding. So while we lucked out and found a shady place to eat lunch, we're pretty happy that the tank range on the Veraderos is around 300 kilometers, because the nearest Sev is going to be a ways back. I'm actually finding the ABS okay off-road. It does kick in, but it's not overly touchy. And with this much bike, I don't mind that it's pulsing and controlling to a stop. The suspension, however, while compliant enough on the road, is finding the conditions challenging. It's beyond belief how 610 pounds of bikes with 200 pounds of rider and probably another 50 to 60 pounds of luggage can turn into a giant pogo stick.
What are you getting punted out of your seat?
Meanwhile, the front end has a tendency to step out.
Even if they're not proving supremely confident, the Veraderos are proving able. And we safely reach our destination for the night. Gonzaga Bay, and one of the definitive experiences of our Baja adventure. If you've ever dreamed of truly getting away from it all, of sleeping on an unspoilt beach, and knowing you're truly out of reach, then you're dreaming of Gonzaga.
Want to join Honda Canada on their next big adventure? Here's how you can win an all-expenses-paid Veradero adventure expedition in Peru. You see, last year, Warren from Honda and his Veradero traveled solo from Toronto to Alaska and back. This year, he's taking 8 riders with him to Peru. To join Warren on the ride of a lifetime, visit nextbigadventure.ca. Then contact a participating Honda Powerhouse dealership and schedule a Veradero tryout in order to qualify to win. The contest closes at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 3rd. So you'll have to hustle if you want to get to the land of llamas. Llama. Just like the way that sounds.
For details on how to win, go to nextbigadventure.ca. Next episode, we visit a Baja landmark, tradition, and personality, all rolled into one.